Hello and welcome to another episode of the Free-to-Play. And I'm sorry for the lack of videos over the last while. Been a little busy, and that's not really an excuse because it should be pretty easy for me to just pump out a video. I've been doing it for years and I should be used to it. But we are here in the Faction Play events. We look into our event monitor here. I did get the first one done for the Wolf versus Jade Falcon, and if we go into here, we can see that I did get the one that gave me the MC. The other ones that just gave me C bills, I did not get done because I did not have the time yesterday. But now I do. I have the time to get the active event done, and we are here with day 2, which is Domination. We have to detect 10 enemy mechs with UAVs. Okay. Not sure if I'll be doing that because I don't typically carry consumables on the free-to-play. But if I get off 1 or 2 UAVs that cost me, say, 40, 80, maybe even 3s for 120,000, I can make a fair amount of bank out of that by getting 500,000 C-bills for it. Destroying 2 UAVs is going to be super easy because there's going to be a bunch of UAVs flying, so that's a free 500,000. Accumulate 750 damage. If I don't do that in one match, then there's something wrong. And get a victory in Domination, which has the MC reward. So let us do that. We are going to be fighting in faction play, as that is what the event is about. We're going to fight now. We're on the Wolf side. Wolf are dominating, and we're going to give it a go. If we take a look at the drop decks I have set up, I've got 2 options for them. We have a front-loaded deck, which has my Dragon Slayer, my Death Strike, the same DS. Death Strike, the Mad Cat Mark II-B with 2 UAC 5, 2 UAC 10, the Viper with smalls and heavy machine guns, the Arctic Cheetah with smalls. So this is like a front-loaded design. If I'm going to be going and I want my 2 assaults to really work and do well, I'll take that first. But if I want them more all-rounded, where my 3 mechs are fairly well, we've got our Nightjar with ER mediums and Gosses, our Vanguard Sunspider with UAC 10s and PPC, our Hellbringer with Laser Bomb, and again, the Viper for that cleanup at the end with the heavy machine guns. But let us get into the queue and fight against our opponents. The decision on which deck I take will deal a lot with the map, and it is Domination guaranteed. I feel that the sort of all-rounder is better in most situations. So we've got Grim Plexus, Domination. We're going to take our Nightjar first, as it's got the dual Goss, but is that the right one to take? Got 40 seconds here to decide. This is a cold map, so we should be able to fire everything with our Hellbringer. We got the heavy large and ER medium design on it, so that may be a good one to start with our ECM, but I think the Nightjar is going to be okay for now. We will start with our heaviest and our slowest. That way, when we are initially getting to the front, we don't really have to worry that much about our subsequent respawns. They'll have plenty of speed to get to the front again. We can take our slow guy first. We do have a Piranha in our first drop. It's always good to check to see what the composition is, and he will be dashing forward to the center in order to secure it, so we don't have to worry about that. And we are dropping. Go Domination. So as this takes a second to load in, they have been doing a lot of feedback and community outreach on faction play and the game balance and such in the forums recently, which is quite nice to see. I can't remember the exact names of the forum threads, but there is a couple threads where developers like Chris and Paul are very candidly talking back to people, which is nice to see. I've left some feedback there and would really like to see what they do next with it. I'm tempted to make a video this weekend talking about those kind of things, what would make faction play interesting for me. I've kind of made videos on those topics in the past, but with the current focus on it, it would be nice to reiterate those points, if I can speak properly, and you know, get them out there. But here we are, dropping into the match. I am not really cutting much from this, because faction play is a very consistent mode. How can I say it? Is that we're always going to be fighting, and there's always things to talk about. It isn't like the quick play where if you die, might as well cut out all the searching for the next match. But I picked the wrong side, supposedly. Well, it was 50-50 for the factions. I can always swap back and forth. I was gonna be on one side. Oh no! I thought we were tight, bro. Oh, I'm so sorry, dude. I can switch to the Falcons after this, and I can play a couple matches as them. And in the end, it doesn't really matter because it's clan versus clan. So we shall see how this goes. So it is Domination. This is the Grim Plexus with the Domination moved off to the Fox 7 G8 corners. So we have to hustle our way to the left. In the meantime, we're going to get on top of this hill here. We're going to get up on top of Fox 6 as we're moving, and we're going to see if we can see anybody crossing from H6 to G7 and do a little bit of sniping on them, because we want to get some damage in early. We want to get that 750 damage done and hopefully get the UAVs spotted, and I'll shoot them down with my Gauss rifles because I have tons of ammo on this thing. I have 90 shots, which is actually probably too much. I probably could change that out for something else, but it's not really required. It allows me to stay back and throw tons of Gauss if needed. Oh, see, there's a UAV. That's one. And with the UAV event, AMS is out, and the LRMs are out in full force. Holy crap. Dude, don't run from cover, you're narked. Stay there. He is gonna get wrecked if he moves out from cover. There's so many enemy LRMs. This is honestly disturbing. I should have equipped my AMS Kit Fox and should have brought that. That probably would have been a good idea. Let's try to poke this left side a little bit. See who we can see. There is this guy. I'll pre-check that. Yeah, I could just barely sneak through there with my lasers. Boom! You take my frickin' Gauss, you Hellbringer. I am narked, so we're going to tuck into cover here. We're good, though. We're pretty safe behind this wall. Come on, I want to get your leg. So many incoming missiles. Thankfully, rocks are OP, except for when they don't have the right angle. And I'm getting RD'd because I can't move from this position. The enemy knows. They know that I can't run. Oh, and I can't even hit guys with my Gauss anymore because I'm bad. They know I can't maneuver out of this position, but the narc is off. Boom. Big old Gauss into his CT. That make him sad. Ow. Ow, LRMs. The LRMs are real. We're gonna die with this mech for sure. We're not getting our 750 with our first mech, as the enemy is annoying as shit. And I can't really retreat from this position, which is the unfortunate part. It's not very physically possible. And unfortunately, it looks like we're going to lose this match, actually. Nothing I can do here. Might as well die. They're pushing us out of the center. Best thing we can do next is come back in our Hellbringer, because it'll give us some ECM, and we need to start working these angles. Things aren't going to look that good for us. Shit. It's probably that enemy, what is this? One, oh, come on, I want to look at that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 man. Yeah, those guys are probably doing the organized LRMing, which is going to suck horribly. Okay. Let us head back to the front. God damn it. God damn it. Thankfully, it's a thing. As long as we keep hitting them when they're inside the circle, it'll stop the counter. So you don't actually need to get to the circle, we just need to be consistently shooting them. We're going to have to use that, because I don't think it's possible for us to really aggressively push back into the circle anymore. The enemy is just going to have too much of an LRM coverage, and that is going to allow them to push out against us and push us into our spawn areas, because now they're counting down. This match could be over in just a minute here. Honestly, at this point, I'd rather this match just end and let us get on to a different match, because basically, oh, there goes my left torso armor, because reasons. Basically, this match is over in terms of our ability to push it back. We're not capable of doing it. We don't have enough people up front. So, yep, we're going to just let this timer run down, as that is the best thing we can do, and we'll get another match in Faction Play, and just give up on this one. Just get as much damage as we can, lose our side torso. And we're going to lose our right torso. Kill me! Come on. There you go. Nothing we can do about this, as the match is pretty much over. We'll get into our Viper. Maybe we'll get back to the front fast enough that we can actually do some damage. But otherwise, this is a guaranteed loss at this point. It is at this point, you know, these kind of positions in matches. It's one of the things they were talking about when they're talking about improving this game mode and faction play in general, was to have sort of stomp indicators. Is that if, like, obviously it's 1 to 20. This is an impossible match to win. So then the game would just end. And I would actually be, that would be actually kind of nice. There's times when you're getting absolutely stomped and it is physically impossible for them to come back. And these guys, what they might be doing is they're just not in the circle. They are simply just coming forward and farming us in our spawns because it gives them C-bills. And that's it. That's all they're trying to do. Which is disgusting, and they should kill themselves for it. You should just all eject right now. If you're just farming us for the sake of farming us, you're disgusting people. Yeah, looks like that's what they're doing. Yeah. And there's no way we can end this except just run into them one by one and just sacrifice our lives. Because there's no way for the game to determine this is a stomp, and this should have been over 5 minutes ago. let us throw our last mech away into the enemy forces because we have to, and then cut out the rest of it and go to the next match, as this match has turned out to be utterly shit. Tuck in behind this rock here, try to do some bursts of damage. I missed all those UAC shots because I'm bad. That Nova's really low. I can probably end him. Got him. That's another one down. Getting some kills here. I couldn't even see that guy. Oh, he's on the other side of the hill. That's why I can't see him. Stealing all these kills. Come on, enemies. End it. All you have to do is stand in the circle for 11 seconds and you'll win. And yet they are still dragging it out. The absolute scumbags that they are. And then on the other side of stuff, you'll actually get... There's a one time in the past when I was playing faction play, and we were in this situation, but I was on the other side, where we were winning, obviously, far too much. And I capped the enemy base because, you know, there's no point in having the match go on any longer. And my own team yelled at me for ending the match. We could have farmed them. No. The match is over. We obviously won. Go on to the next one. It's actually better to just end the match, get your C-Bill reward because you get the contract bonus because you won, and then move on to the next one where you have a chance to get another contract bonus than to farm the mechs. It's better C-Bills per hour, and yet they're not doing it. They're just delaying the match completely because we want to kill them all. The bastards. That's all I gotta say. Still just do as much damage as we can. Just trying to pop up on the ridgeline, shoot off everything, double tap the UAX, and then slink back into cover as best we can. Throw out, what is that? That's 20, 40, 55 damage with everything double tapping. Not actually that scary considering what some mechs can do. But pretty quick ability to drop it there and then duck back into cover. And here comes the enemy push. They have regrouped and they're going to push in for the final kills here, as there is not many of us left. We have several that are actually fully dead, which I will be in a moment. There's an airstrike that I have absolutely no way to maneuver out of unless I get lucky. There we go. Oh, my mech actually was able to maneuver that. We'll try to pound this guy down as much as we can, but it is far too little, far too late, as the enemy is going to rip us to shreds and hopefully finally end the match after a much prolonged playing with their food and just torturing us comparatively. There's a couple of UAVs I'd like to shoot down, but unfortunately I don't have the arms for it, and the best thing I can do is override and get that last couple shots in and die horribly with 1,472 damage. I think that is a respectable payout, like a respectable amount of damage for the amount of crap we had to deal with. And finally, it times out as they are in the center, desperately trying to get out to allow the game to go even longer, but unfortunately, they weren't able to. So that is the end of this horrible, horrible match. We got 323,000 C-bills, we got 1,472 damage with 6 kills, 9 assists. Let's take a look at this team stats. I was on the top of my team, and I performed better than the vast majority of the enemy team, yet I am not getting my contract reward because it is entirely based off of RNG of whether or not we get good matchmaker, because there is no matchmaker in faction play. So I truly wish that I would have gotten my reward for that, because did I get the highest in the entire match? I did. I beat the other 1400 guy. I got the highest damage of all the players in the entire match. I performed the best, and yet I'm not rewarded for it equivalently to people who did like only a couple hundred damage per mech. Let us move on to another match, but we're going to do it in another video as I took far too long talking there. We're heading back to the mech lab, and this video is already over 20 minutes, and if I added in another match, it would be a horribly long 40 or 50 minute escapade. In the meantime, let's see what events I got done in this match here. I got the 750 damage done. I got half of the UAV shoot downs. I should have gotten, was it kills or assists? We'll see. We'll see here in a second. Active events. We've got some stuff to do. We got half the UAVs. We got the 750 damage done, so we will accept that. And the other thing is earn a victory. Obviously, we didn't do that. Detect 10 enemies. Alright, so we need to shoot down one more UAV in our next match, and maybe we'll throw on a UAV and take our Viper, give it a UAV, run to the front, throw it up, see how many detections we can get, and if we can get 10, that would be amazing. But that will be for the next match in the next video. Thank you for watching and hearing me rant about my very not nice teammates. Not teammates. My teammates were awesome, they put up with it. My opponents prolong a match far too far. You won the match halfway through that, and the other half was you playing with your food. So, stop. But I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching, and good hunting.